Hello and welcome to Tea to the Troddler. I'm really sorry, but I seem to have lost my opening video clip that had the introduction. So here instead is some nice viewage from my drone. But I hope you enjoy this video.
So I don't know much about this place. I haven't done much research into this. So I don't know, but it's called Wharton Hall, but it must have some significance. So let's have a look up and see if we can find you some information on it. But yeah, it looks like at some point it's got some fortification. There seems to be some older walls of older buildings and what have you. So yeah, Wharton Hall looks quite impressive. It looks quite old as well. So I'll have a look and I'll see if we can find out some info. Right, not quite sure what this is, but it looks expensive. Looks like a massive sort of like slurry tank, but don't quite know whether there's some sort of treatment going on there or whether it's just what it's for. But it's looks like somebody's gone to a lot of expense anyhow, so must be quite important. It looks like it's got some capacity, does that? Anyhow, we're coming down to our near Wharton Hall, so we'll have a closer look at this. But yeah, looks quite interesting. Yeah, so it looks like quite, like I say, an old hall there. There's a coat of arms up on the wall, so we need to do a bit of research, find out what's going on there then. So just a couple of other things and all, we've got a few other things on this trip. So first of all, I bought myself some new poles. So obviously with the Notch Li being a pole tent, my old poles were a bit cream crackered, although they still work, so they've been a really good buy. I must have had them about 12-14 years and they're still going strong, but they're a bit worn and what have you, so I decided to treat myself to some new Lecky poles, these collapsible poles, and yeah, they look like they're the business, so that's good. And the other thing is, which I might come unstuck if I'm not careful here, I think I've planned this well enough, is my pack's really light, because obviously lighter tent, and I've tried to go minimalistic. The only sort of luxury item I brought with me is my drone. I decided that well, I bought it and I paid for it, so I might as well get some use out of it. So the drone's come along, that's the only sort of real sort of item I brought that's a luxury, but my pack is still incredibly light, and that's including the fact that even with the plasma and the blood transfusion bag, so we're still doing okay. But yeah, it's amazing how much how much easier it is when you're not carrying as much weight, so that's good. And then I've also made a bit of a change. I've come out of my boots and I've gone into my Hoka Speedgoat Ultra trainers, and we're going to give them a bash. So lightweight shoes as well, and I've got my shorts on, so we're enjoying the good weather and we're travelling as light as we possibly can, and it's just absolutely splendid. Got ourselves a little bit lost there and going down a strong path and ended up getting stung by nettles. What's that all about? Anyway, we're back on track. This is part of Pennine Way, so won't be surprised if we do see a few people on it. But yeah, it's a very nice valley this. Like I say, we're quite near Kirby Steve, and we just come through the village of Nateby, and we're sort of walking down the side of the river, or close to the river, which is very pleasant. So we get to the other side of here, we've got something to go and see, and then when we get to the other side, we start climbing really up to where we're going to be going to tonight. So what else have we got to tell you? So yeah, just been to Edinburgh for 3 days, absolutely fantastic. Just had such a wonderful time. I mean, obviously it makes such a massive difference in this country when we get the weather, doesn't it? You know, it makes everything a lot more pleasant. So instead of a dreary, miserable Scottish weather, we've got some absolutely glorious. In fact, I think they're about mid-20s up there at the moment, so absolutely incredible. But yeah, a lovely place, and we've left enough still to do, because we didn't do Holyrood Palace and we didn't do the castle because we didn't book early enough. So there's plenty of stuff to go back and see, but I'd go back tomorrow in a heartbeat. I really enjoyed it, and some absolutely fabulous old pubs. So yeah, so check out that video when it goes up. History stop, we've gone past Waternall, but this is Lammaside Castle, and it was originally a 12th century building, which was rebuilt and then strengthened further in the 14th century, and is a Pell Tower, or P-E-L-E, so I don't know if that's Peel or Pell Tower, and it was to provide protection from those marauding Scots along this bridleway with between Pendragon Castle and Waternall. And this is apparently the central core of what would have been a lot bigger building, and the tower, and there was a tower and what was known as a barmkin wall, which enclosed the yard to the west of the tower. So they're obviously quite a significant thing at the time. Castle was occupied with a branch of the Wharton families until about the 17th century, when it was abandoned. So they all moved up to the manor house and left this place behind, so what have you, but still a nice thing to see. So this part of the world is called Maelstang Common, and it runs along the river in the bottom is the River Eden. And I've got to say, I love coming to places like this, and what I mean by that is places that I've never been to before. And the one thing obviously that I'm trying to do from a wild camping perspective, and also from a viewer perspective, is trying to go places where other people maybe don't go, or don't go very often. So this is certainly new ground for me, and so far I'm loving it. And this is more or less where we're heading up tonight. That's where we're going up there. So I can't wait to get camped up. Can't wait to get camped up, get a brew on, and then get a bit of rouge on. But yeah, I'm enjoying the journey anyway. It's brilliant. I've got to say, I just love stuff like this. That really made me laugh, I don't know why. But anyhow, it scares me, so it must scare everybody else. Look at this for a chocolate box there. Little cottage. Sandpot, they call it. 1874, what a lovely cottage. Right, I hope you can see top of this building, because this building here is Pendragon Castle, or the ruins of Pendragon's Castle. And it's a great tourist building, although they're not protecting it very much, but obviously I think the remains of the building is still protected. But according to legend, and only legend, the castle was built by Uther Pendragon, father of King Arthur, who was said to have unsuccessfully tried to divert the river to provide a moat, and as it is recalled in a well-known local couplet. But yeah, Uther was possibly a 5th century chieftain who led the resistance to the invading Anglo-Saxons. So we don't know if that's actual right tale or not, but there's a few Arthurian legends in Yorkshire and Cumbria. So apparently an example of this is King Arthur's Round Table, which is apparently near Penrith. So there's quite a lots of connections to King Arthur, what have you, but this Pendragon Castle, I should imagine you probably get a better look from the other side out near the road. From this side you've got the river between us and them. I don't know if there's a bridge, so I'm not going to wander all the way down to find out, but yeah, that's Pendragon Castle. Right, so I've parked my bum near Pendragon Castle. I've given myself the hard word. Must have 5 minutes rest. Always rushing, so I don't really need to rush. I mean, I've still got a fair distance to travel, but it's a beautiful day. I don't think I'm going to lose daylight very soon. The good thing about the new tent, it's supposed to be very easy to pitch, so we're going to find out. So it shouldn't take us long to get set up once we get up on top. So I've given myself the hard word, don't need to rush. So I've got a massive sausage roll that got from a farm shop on the way up, and have a nice drink of water, and I'm just going to sit and relax. I'm going to give myself a proper 5-10 minutes off, and then we're going to crack on, but we're just going to slow down a little bit. Right, we've gone all the way along Bottom Valley now, and we've going to cross river now. So we're going to cross that river there, and over this little bridge here, and then we look up at that edge up there, it's Hanging Stone Edge. So we're going up the back of that. Well, we're going to cross, there's a path you can see below it. We're going to go along this path below the edge, then cross back on ourselves and go around the back of it. And we're going to go up onto a mountain called High Seat, and that's we're going to try and find somewhere to pitch up there, and hopefully find some water, which is going to be absolutely crucial. Seems I've only got about half a litre on me, but we should be all right. It looks on the map that there's plenty of water up there, so I'm sure we'll find something. Oh, getting there now. Just sort of like going first bottom part of that climb really. So got to now climb up there on top of Hanging Stone crag, or what you want to call it, edge. But yeah, I've just come here, and there's this, I'll be walking up to it, and I couldn't work out what on earth it was, but I was just trying to think what this is called. Just bear with me 1 second, have a look. It's called the Hanging Lund. So yeah, quite a nice thing. I wouldn't like to have carried that up on my back, that's for sure. Fantastic view of Wild Boar Fell as well. Really impressive up there. Almost wish I were going up there really, but I would just hope that High Seat will be a little bit quieter. But what an incredibly beautiful valley. What, you know, I think the amount of people I've seen so far is about 9, and at least them of them were at 6 and we're in 2 groups, so we're still relatively millionaires walking. Oh, overlooking over Hanging Stone Edge here, looking over at Wild Boar Fell, absolutely tremendous. So getting there now, not far off topping off, then just got to go and find some water. Right, we're on the top now, we're not far off High Seat, which is just up there, and I don't know if you can see in distance there, but there's a Birkdale Tarn over there, and I did think about camping over there because obviously water supply, and I'm getting a bit concerned now because there don't seem to be any water running off this fella at all, so I'm going to have to just go down and try and find some, but fingers crossed we'll get some. If not, we'll just have to keep dropping until we do. But yeah, getting ready to pitch up now. I'm getting a bit tired, to be honest with you, but we're nearly there. Right, we're on the top of High Seat, but we've not found any water, and I've got a bit cold, I've got to be honest with you. So I've got a kilometre or 2 up to water now. I'm going to drop the height, but I'm going to drop the height in the right direction for tomorrow. So I got down here, I think there's definitely going to be a beck down here, at least I hope so, because I need to at least find, if I can even get a litre of water, that'll do me. Probably muddle through, because I've got enough wine and whiskey, just need enough to make a brew and rehydrate my dehydrated meal. So as long as I can get a litre of water, I'll be laughing. But I've got a feeling when we drop down here, there's a good chance I'll find somewhere. So, and just get out of this window now, it's a bit cooler up here. So still enjoying it, but tired now. I need to pitch up. Oh, there we go, folks. The tent is up, first pitch. Oh, found these 2 tarns. I thought it was like a mirage. Kept walking out, so I thought they disappeared on me. So I'm so grateful that they've turned up. I know it's probably going to be a bit risky, but I don't care. I'm going to go for it, and we're going to boil hot water in the house, so it doesn't really matter. But that's good enough for me. What a fantastic pitch this is. Dropping that little bit of height has really helped as well from the wind perspective. So yeah, looking forward to a splendid evening now. Let's get camped up and let's get something up going. Let's get that roof cracked open. So we just got some tea on, going with chicken rice with vegetables, so that looks pretty tasty. Expedition Foods. I've got about 4 of these and 4 of these left. I've had them a while, and good thing is they last ages, so this will last up till 2025. So I've got 3 or 4 of them, but I'm certainly for lightweight camps, I'm going to definitely go with freeze-dried meals. They just obviously save weight, but they taste alright. They're just not as exotic as what I normally have, but they're just easier because you're not carrying anywhere near as much gear to cook with as well. I can go with just my little wind burner stove, which is light as well. That saves me half a kilo compared to Sonic Pocket Rocket, not wind burner. Compared to wind burner, it saves me about half a kilo, so it makes a big difference. And all I'm doing is boiling water. So I managed to draw it off about, I don't know, 1.5 litres, 2 litres of water from thing, and actually it filters a bit slow, but it's done a decent enough job. So I drank some cold water and it's quite nice. So I've just put some in dehydrated meal. I've just had a drop of shot enough to pap. I'm going to make myself a brew as it'll keep warm. Sun's out, birds are singing, wind's dropped completely. I just can't tell you how happy I am to be here. It's just out of this world. In fact, I'm not sure in my life now if I've got much more that gives me any more satisfaction than this. Because when I come away from civilization and just take myself on my own, and especially when you get into a nice environment like this, I hadn't seen a soul in the last 3-4 hours, and it's just special, really, really special. And I'd recommend it to anybody. I mean, obviously don't go where I'm going, so I don't want you to be there, but I would recommend it to anybody to give it a go. It's a real head straightener, and at the moment I've got a few things that I need to straighten out, so it certainly helps me from that point of view. But yeah, looking forward to settling down. We're going to play some vibes and just chill out. I'm not going to take much rocking tonight. I'm absolutely exhausted. It was a long walk in with that, but we're enjoying it now, so that's the main thing. Right, really settling into tonight, really fantastic now. Sun's just about to set. I've had something to eat, wasn't that impressive, wasn't the old chicken and rice in all fairness. Didn't go down too well at all, but I'm still reasonably content. Had a bit of bread with it, and I've got some of these Sensations nuts, which are quite nice. But yeah, I'm on my Uber Light mat, which is only the second time I've used it, but it's only 300 grams, but performed really well last time. It's, you know, really, really comfortable. Great thing is it's not got a big R value, but it don't need to be now, but it's still as comfy as X-Term, really. So yeah, enjoying that. Playing a few vibes. Like I said, just really, really relaxing. And I've had a bit going on just of late. You know, we've got all sorts going on regarding parish council. I've had quite a lot on work-wise, what have you. And unfortunately, I've had one of them incidents that everybody gets in their life where, I think, how can I put it? The challenges, aren't there? There's lots of challenges in life, and we all have different challenges that we've got to face and what have you. And I've had another one recently that's come on to me that I weren't expecting, and it's not health-wise. I'm perfectly all right or what have you, but just something that's greatly disappointed me, and can't really talk to you about it. I don't really want to burden you with it. So I don't want to make it in a public environment. It's not for consumption really. But what I will say is obviously I'm a pretty resilient person in that I've got a few scars, just like everybody else, and I tend to just work my way through things and what have you. But yeah, sometimes, how can you put it, just life's crap, and really, really crap. and it just makes you value your time so much more. And I've missed my out every month, every night, once a month by a couple of days, because we're into June now and this should be my May camp, so that gives me an excuse to go again in June. But while we keep getting weather like this, I'm going to make the most of it, because it's just absolutely out of this world. And I don't need a lot of money. So I don't need to spend a lot of money to make me happy, although we spent a few quid in Edinburgh. But yeah, this just to me is just fantastic. And I've got to say, very, very pleased with my new tent. I know my mate Mr. Brown will find that funny, but I am. So far, so good. It's a little bit compact and bijou. Don't offer me the same space that Scout one, but from lightness, I mean, it was really nice to carry a lightish pack today. And you know, it certainly makes a difference. So from that point of view, it's a definite winner. The only thing I have changed is the really rubbish Eastern poles, Eastern pegs that they give you. I've changed. I've got Eastern pegs, but they're mine are 9-inch compared to theirs that give you, which are 4-inch, which are totally and utterly inadequate. But these things look spot on. I still think I'm going to modify it, put a few more connection points on, so I should imagine in wind it might suffer in the midpoint. So the great thing about Dynamite is you can just, you don't have to sew anything on, you can just stick it on, and it seems to stick pretty well. So all good stuff. So I don't know whether I'll check in with you again. You know what happens when wine kicks in, we tend to forget, but if I remember I will. But I'm just going to sit down now and just lay down now and just play a few vibes and drink a bit of wine and just relax. That's it. Oh, I just got out of my tent, freezing, but look at this. Look at that moon. Just incredible. Oh, the cloud in the sky, it's absolutely amazing. There's not that many stars in all fairness, it's clean, but there's I don't know if that's Venus or whatever that's in the low in the night sky, but yeah, absolutely amazing, beautiful, but very cold night. Supposed to be hot. I didn't think it would get this cold. It feels freezing. Oh, so yeah, woke back up after a little snoozette, and yeah, amazing evening sky, really cold. It's quite, well, it is quite cold, but yeah, lovely full moon, and I'm just enjoying a wee dram and a coffee. And this is one of my wee drams from my recent trip to Edinburgh. And this is called Provenance. It's from the Highland region, and distilled by Glengarrick, and it's described as nose buttery and barley based, and then it says palate, what does it say, mellow yet citric with milk over crispy cereal character, and then finish sweet chocolate liqueur with mocha and vanilla spices. Well, I've got to say, it's very nice. It's the oak definitely comes through, that massive smell of vanilla, and it is a bit milk over cereal. It's very pleasant, very drinkable, not heavy at all. Them two did an absolute right number up me in Edinburgh. I walked in just as a casual observer of whiskey and walked out with two bottles. They did a right number on me, but I'm glad they did. It was good. It's good. Right, good morning folks. Oh, what a wonderful evening that was. Really wonderful. Nice and relaxing. Got a decent night's sleep. Woke up about 4ish, but it's about 5:30 now. So I woke up about 4, but managed to get straight back off again. So been really good. Tent's been ace. Couldn't not a cut because there was no wind whatsoever. So fantastic. But what a glorious morning. I just missed this sun rising, but still look at this. See the cloud inversion in the valleys. Just absolutely stunning. You know, I don't know whether it's a sign of age, probably, I'm guessing, but you know, you sort of appreciate beauty more than I ever used to do. It's just how lucky am I to be out here? Absolutely unbelievable how lucky I am to be out here on my own. I've got this to myself. It's just amazing. Right, so we're all packed up now. We're going to go and wander across to something else I want to go and see, and then we're going to walk back down, and Claire's going to come and pick me up. So as always, leave no trace. Brilliant camp, that's all I can say. Absolutely brilliant camp. And get a load of this tent's absolutely out of this world. You hear me, Jim? Absolutely out of this world. So easy to put up, so easy to put down. Longer pegs worked fantastically, but yeah, easy to pack away. Everything about it's great. It's great. It's a great tent. I don't think I'm ever going to need another tent ever. If you believe that, you believe anything. Okay, so let's get on his way. Right, making good progress now. That was quite funny. I got totally and utterly disorientated then, and I was looking at high seat where I climbed down from yesterday. I started heading towards that. It took me a little while to get my bearings, but we're on the right track now. So we've got about, I don't know, a couple of miles to go to where we're to as next location. But yeah, just stunning. Yeah, cloud inversion. I'll tell you one thing and all is I've come to the conclusion, even though you've got to go off piste a little bit, that's a good sign, because what it means is hardly anybody comes here, and I don't think many people come where I am right now very often. So from that point of view, it makes it as a excellent wild camping location. And now I've got my bearings, I'm pretty confident you know, I could come up here again and simplify it. So all good stuff. Look at this review. Look at, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, because the only problem with GoPro, you can't zoom in right well, but look at road that comes over the top of this place. I've got to come and have a go on this road at some point. Looks absolutely magnificent. So dropping down now. Now this is what you call a Bay road. Look at this, absolutely splendid. So here we are, this is what I've come to see, 9 standard rig. So trig point here, showing all the views of different mountains. So you've got all the Howgill Fells, Fountains Fell, there's all sorts on here. So that's it, I can't read all of them. So that's Pancata over on the far right, by the looks of things. We've got Hartfell, we've got Weatherlam, so there's all sorts up here. Coniston Old Man on the left. So yeah, and this was done to commemorate, this trig point was done to commemorate the wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer. So dare I say, that wedding wasn't all in vain. So let's go over to see the 9 standards. Magnificent. So here we are, here's a closer look at the 9 standards rig. And this is the highest part of the coast to coast walkers. I think it's about 700 metres, but just a fabulous view, fabulous views. And like I say, is it looks right up into the Lake District. So you can see as far as Blencathra over there, and obviously Coniston Old Man, and then obviously a bit close to home you've got obviously Wild Boar Fell. So it's absolutely fabulous. So all I've got to do now is get back down. Now I've got to get back, we've got a cup final to watch, so I've got to get back down to the road that we crossed, and then wander back down to Nateby. My chauffeur is picking up at 11 o'clock, so all good fun, but we'll mosey on down, and I'll speak to you before we get in this car. Right, so here we go, here's a circular view this time, right, so we've got straight ahead we've got Crossfell and Great Dun Fell and also Merton Pike, and then we've got a fair bit of land in between, and then we come across to Criffel, Carrock Fell, there was a Kirby Stephen and then Blencathra in the background, and then as we turn a bit more we're up and towards the Lake District, so we've got Great Dod, Rays, there's High Street, Harterfell, and then somewhere in the distance right at the back is Scarfell Pike, and then obviously coming back over is Old Man of Coniston, and then Windfell, Black Combe, and then round to here we've got Randygill Top, is it? And we've got Fellhead, and we've got the Calf, and we've got Causey Crag, and then like I say back over here we've got Wild Boar Fell and Swarther Fell. So that, and then if you go right round to left here, another one of my favourite places, you've got Pennigen, and you've got Dod Fell, and you've also got Fountains Fell. So that's not a bad view. I suppose if I do the full circle, let's see what else we've got around this side. So around this side apparently we've got Pickerstone Ridge, we've got Rogan's Seat, and we've got Water Crag, and then the Tan. So I don't know if Tan Hill. So that's about the full circle is that. This is Signfoot coast to coast, so coast to coast route Hartley 3.5 miles, and the one that we're going on is the Napeby Road. That's where we're heading. But yeah. Right, so just bumped into a guy called Steve, and he's been out. He's out waymarking for. They've got an event on from. I think it runs at Kirby Stephen, and I think it's called the Male Stag Stang Yomp. They call it. He says he calls it. Around here, he calls it the Yomp. So it's a walk and running race, depending how fit you're feeling. But yeah, these are his waymarkers he's been putting out. So his poor fella's got a big bag of them, and well, he's got two sort of bundles of them, and he's got to carry them all over. But it looks like quite a tough challenge, because I think they go up near high seat and what have you, so that'll be a tough challenge, especially today, I would have thought, if they're doing it today. So that's it's grand. So yeah, get on the Yomp. Right, so I'm back on road now. That I crossed earlier on the Napeby Road, so I was just wondering that Napeby. I could have probably found a footpath to go down, but to be fair, I need to get back down now pretty sharpish, because I've got a cup final to get back for. So yeah, somebody asked recently, you know, does content make a difference to how many people view your videos? And I'm not sure it does. I've got some videos that I'd consider pretty average that have got lots of views, and I've got other videos that I think are really good, that I put a lot of effort into researching history and what have you, that have just attracted nowhere near as many views. So I don't know, this YouTube game is a funny one. If you're chasing subscribers all the time and what have you, then obviously you've got to pay attention to that. I'm not, but I've got a little merry bunch of troglodytes who are absolutely fantastic, and hopefully you keep watching and enjoying it. And on that very note, let me pose you a question. What content wise would you like to see from me? I mean, obviously I'm going to keep doing all sorts of weird different stuff, like history talks, or ultra running, or marathons, or you know, travel vlogs. But you know, if you've got any tips or suggestions, that'd be much appreciated, because you know, if you think there's something that I'm not doing right well, tell me, or something that you think I can do better, you know, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. But yeah, I've certainly enjoyed this one anyhow, that's for sure. Tell you what, it's a fair road, is this? Guys saying, I mean, need some great salt on here. I wouldn't fancy this in winter, but yeah, quite a beautiful road. Come and give this a go. Right, I'm back in the village of Nateby, Black Bull behind me. Shame it's a bit early, it's not open, so I can't take advantage of that, so get back now for cup final. But yeah, been a fantastic trip, really loved it. Obviously tent's been fantastic, Jim, but no, really loved it. It's been so good to get out. Can't tell you how good it is to get out. So until next time, keep on trolling. Don't forget, should I say, thumbs up, subscribe please, and continue to watch, much appreciated. Take care, bye bye.